How about this? Your weight could actually keep you from getting a job. And in most states, this is perfectly legal for employers to do this, to turn you away because of how much you weigh. We'll tell you about the hospital that refuses to hire obese workers and the law that backs it up. Out of Texas now, a hospital is still taking heed for its policy of refusing to hire obese employees. Anyone with a body mass index of more than 35 need not apply. It may surprise you to learn that their policy is not illegal. It's legal. Only the state of Michigan and a few other cities have bans on discrimination against overweight individuals. Joining me now is Steve Siebold, author of Die Fat or Get Tough. And Steve says, Steve, great to see you. You say it's all about kind of mental toughness, and you've been there because you were overweight. You say you're not looking down and judging people because you were there once.
Yeah, I was 40 pounds overweight, and it really is mental toughness. We have the exercise programs. We have fantastic diets, a variety of great diets. It's our mental toughness that's keeping us fat.
And I do have to point out that this hospital we're speaking of in Texas also will not hire you if you're underweight either. So they do say we want people to be healthy who work here. I want to read a quote here. The hospital says, we have the ability as an employer to have a policy that says what is best for our business and for our patients. And Steve, you agree?
Absolutely. This is a business. I mean, this is the wellness business. So if you have an obese doctor, serving patients, I mean, it's not a very good example. I mean, it's like a drunk running a rehab center.
Well, tell us some tips. If you're at home right now and you're watching this and you're overweight, where do you get started? What do you do? Go
to your doctor. Make sure you're healthy enough to be on a diet. Get a recommendation from a physician, from your physician, good exercise program, good diet. And then develop the mental toughness. Get tough with yourself, the willpower to stick to the diet. End of story. That's all it takes.
And we've heard excuses before. Some people think, well, I'm too old. It's too late for me to lose weight. Or it's just too hard. This is in my genes. My mother's overweight. My grandmother is. What do you say to people who have those excuses?
Great excuses. And if you want to keep getting the results you're getting, you're going to stay fat. I mean, it just is what it is. If you're going to either do the work and you get the result, or you don't do the work and you die young, prematurely, you develop cancer, liver disease, and all these things that happen from obesity.
I have another excuse. I just can't afford a trainer. I don't have time to get to the gym. Really, I mean, it is difficult for a lot of people in this day and age to squeeze it in, to find a way to eat healthy and to exercise.
Right, right. It's really the diet. 80% of regardless of all these TV shows where they work out 18 hours a day.
I watch them.
Yeah, they're interesting, but they're really not relevant. It's really about the diet. The diet is, you almost don't have to work out at all to lose weight. You have to be on a great diet and stick to the diet. That's it. We're making this way more complicated, Susan, than it really is.
And it's difficult, though, in terms of diet, because you see all the fancy packaging and a lot of the food is processed and bad for you. What are some tips in terms of good eating and how to do it?
Well, I think you have to educate yourself. I mean, and especially now that, we've got a lot of the food labels are much easier to read than they were before. So, stick to the diet, whether it's calorie diet or a low carb diet or whatnot. I mean, you have to do the work. You have to do your homework. It's harder than it has been before, but you either have to do the work and get the result, or you're gonna die fat.
I was looking through your book, and you do have some great tips in there. What is one of the most that you have found works the most for people, that people come up to you and say, I love your book because it helped me do this?
That 99% compliance is failure. Most people say, well, I've stuck to my diet 99% of the time. We say, well, I'll tell you what, go tell your spouse you are 99% faithful. See how that goes. Oh, it was 78% last year, honey, but this year 99. See how that goes over. So you've got to be 100% compliant on your diet, and you will lose the weight. It's a linear process. Do the work, get the result.
And back to the hospital, you say it's not discrimination, that it's setting an example?
Well, a hospital is a business, and they have the right to hire people who are going to attract patients, right, who are their customers. And fat people, it's like the CEO said today, our patients don't like fat doctors. They're bad examples.
Steve Siebold, the title of the book is Die Fat or Get Tough, and you are tough, but you've seen it work, and it worked for you.
It really does. It's really about mental toughness, and that's what this book is about. It's a mental toughness book for dieters.
It is. No holds barred. Steve, I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Great to meet you.